Everything beyond this chapter, until otherwise specified, will be weekly, and I'm so happy for that. Not just because we're going to be getting more fairy tale content, rather, yeah, fairy tale cotton, fairy tale content within the span of time, but we're going to be getting it at a time where a lot of like really intense fights are setting up. We're just getting into this fight with Wraith, and I really like his display so far. I think he's interesting. It's not just like, oh cool, a new character. I like what bring to the table. I like what the aspects of his character were already given, as well as his personality. Even though we're not deep into him, the bits that we've seen so far do say some nice things about who he is. So as we're getting back to it, he's getting ready to fight Natsu. Natsu is trying to remember who exactly he is, because he's like Ghost Dragon. He's like, you're a Dragon Slayer, and here's here comes Wraith, saying like Diablos, and he's like trying to remind him about that. Natsu's just Diablos. So what was that again? He's just trying to think about it. But Wraith is like, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna eat you. But I really appreciated that you found me, which that was I liked, and I actually missed that in the last chapter when I was reviewing it. I didn't notice it the first time I read through it, and it was the whole comment about him saying like that, the fact he could see or hear him, and I was much more like thinking about like the fact that we have two fancy new Dragonators, so you have Scullion, Madmol, and Kyria out doing things. Who knows if Georg is there, what he's doing? I doubt he's there. He'll probably be like a, oh, I guess I gotta do it myself thing eventually once they keep failing. But and then we got like all that stuff with the Fairy Tale Guild and everything going on. I didn't notice that, but I liked it because it added both a new aspect of his character, but also further giving some insight into one of my theories about the character. Because here we have him getting ready for his attack. Natsu's talking about who he's got left to defeat still, but then remembers the Dragon Eaters, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys are the all Dragon Slayer Guild." He thinks back at Madmol, Scullion, and Kyria, and within that time, here comes in Wraith, who's just he's done talking at this point. I actually like his design, like his outfit. I think is really cool. I like his long sleeves, his sad sleepy boy look, his little slippers. But he ends up attacking with what Natsu thinks are white flames. But here he is saying that they're human souls. He's straight attacking this dude with souls that he's collected, which is a pretty intense way to attack. Like I figured it'd be more like spooky ghost things, but here he is just straight like, yeah, I'm attacking you with raw souls, not like soul like energy, straight souls. Just I'm gonna smash into you. I'm wondering what would have been like if Natsu tried to eat one. I actually would have really liked him before he found out what they were, because he thinks they're white flames. Like him trying to eat one, and then you see like a little flash of like a horror scene like in there, and it was like how some random character died. That would have been really neat. I'm wondering how exactly it works. Like, does it he have to collect souls? Does souls just come to him? Obviously, he's a ghost, so he can, assumingly, until otherwise kind of revealed of Dragon Eaters, he should be able to eat souls and ghosts. So that aspect of his power is making sense. I want to see this dude's roar so bad. I really want to see what this roar is like, because it's just so intriguing. A ghost dragon. It's such a cool concept. But it makes me wonder, because the theory that I mentioned earlier that I kind of have about his character, and this is just kind of putting the connection of the powers together, not like anything deeper from them right now. But you have Scullion, who's a corpse dragon, and you have Wraith, who's a ghost dragon. And Wraith, when he gets attacked by Natsu's attack just straight goes through him because he's a ghost, and his attack's just all going as just passing it through because the dude's intangible. But he can still hit Natsu. He can still strike him, and I'm wondering what the trick is with it. Is it just like he's all around like intangible, but he can hit other things? I assume there's some form of limitation for it. There's got to be something. Otherwise, he would be the strongest Dragon Slayer if nobody else's abilities could hit him. There has to be something within that moment that can really kind of like make it so he can be attacked. I'm curious to know what his will be. Maybe you have to. I don't really know. Maybe it just has to be a higher level. Maybe Dragon Force will do it. Because I imagine Natsu's fire, if he gets to the time burning aspect of it when he goes that full out, that he would be able to burn him. I imagine that fire would be able to burn him. If it's able to burn like a concept of reality, it should be able to burn a ghost. But obviously, if Natsu did that, assuming he'd be willing to do it at this point, because he obviously can do it at will. Like, and I mean willingly, like he'd be wanting to do. He's done it at will, like when he fought Zareth. It wasn't like it wasn't like, oh, someone boosted me and I get like a buff outside of my own power, like he got, when they're fighting Acnologia. Like his Savage Dragonfire was just straight up like him putting in his all and like sacrificing parts of him in order to get his fire that hot. And if he doesn't, he's gonna lose whatever part of his body that fire touches in the process. But here he is still getting hit, and then here comes Happy, who when Natsu tells him to stay back, Happy doesn't see anything. And so I'm assuming only dragons and dragon slayers can see Wraith. Only somebody with dragon power can see, this ghost dragon slayer. Probably the same thing with ghost dragons. And I'm curious to know what a ghost dragon like pertains to. If it is like an actual specific type, or is it just like any dead dragon? The whole concept though is kind of weird with the dragon eaters, because they're obviously not like elements. They're more of like weird styles, more like cut from the grain things. Blade, armor, corpse, sticky, ghost. They're all very strange. And I mean, you could get like a fire dragon become a ghost, but then is it like voided out and it just takes the ghost aspect? I don't know. What would happen if someone, if Wendy used Milky Way on him? But there he is, just saying he's, straight a ghost. And again, Scullion, corpse dragon, Wraith, ghost dragon. What if they were the same person at one point, died, and then the body became the corpse dragon and the spirit became the ghost dragon? That's just looking into that. Who knows if that's actually the case? But either way, fun little theory to put out there. Then we teeter back over to Wendy, who's fighting Nebel. Nebel's obviously got him all webbed up. He's getting ready to consume because he wants to eat Wendy, take her power. And I did like that he called her a wind dragon, and she's like just straight saying it's not wind, it's sky, because obviously there's a little bit of a gap between wind magic and sky magic within the series, because sky magic is its own kind of like higher superiority to wind itself and can also heal on top of everything as like the buffs and whatnot. But while she's all like webbed up, Wendy just like kicks through it, which is impressive, because you have to keep in mind spider silk has like the strength of steel, and this is dragon silk, dragon spider dragon silk, I guess. So either way, dragon silk. Even if you just kind of look at sticky, it's a much harder than steel. And Wendy kicks through it. Like, this should be able to hold some pretty considerable characters. We've only seen it like hold on some weaker ones, but by default, the fact that Nebel's part of Diablos and obviously a dragon eater, he should have a level to kind of like, I would say, maybe like for sure like characters like 7 Kin, 9 Demon Gates, probably even some like Wizard Saints be able to hold on. Wendy kicking through it, obviously impressive. Wendy already a pretty strong character, and then getting a funny moment where she gets like her face and arms, both legs broken out, but she's still kind of in this cocoon. She needs to use her wind and bust out of there, because I know she just looks like a little armed pupa. she's gonna actually. I think it'd be really cool if she if Wendy uses her dragon force and then has like a little bit of a further pushed out state, and maybe has like either physical wings or wind wings, and maybe gets like kind of like a butterfly joke in there. The fact that he's a little lollygown, gets all webbed up and kind of like a caterpillar turning into a going pupa and then turning into a butterfly eventually. Just as that nice little note there. But as Wendy's like getting powered up, he's saying she's gonna fight. She just falls over. Probably really awkward to walk around in that. But definitely got some interest in there. I'm hoping that fight isn't just comedic, because I want to see Wendy get some cool stuff. And I am very interested in this sticky dragon. I think he's very cool. His design isn't great. He's got a weird design, but obviously that's the point. I'm very intrigued of the fact he's a sticky dragon, and he seems to be kind of a dummy, so he's got a fun personality on top of it. Then we teeter over into Laxus, Jalal, Urza, and Kyria. Kyria wants to fight him, but you have Laxus, who's a dragon slayer, obviously going to take some of Kyria's attention. You have Jalal, who's now trying to intervene the fact that Kyria wants to fight Urza. And you have Urza, who's like, deducing the situation, so that Kyria's here, she wants to do stuff with Alderaan, and she's like, both of them are targeting the orb. You see the orb in the roots, and Urza's just going to use this opportunity to grab it and run. As long as it's safe, she assumes it will, keep holding progress. I'm actually hoping that it's like The other ones get destroyed, and then it comes down to this one, and it's not really just like destroying them. As long as it gets disconnected from Alderaan, maybe that's what happens. Because I'm still under the impression that it's not like destroying them will make Alderaan defenseless. I think that they're what are keeping him sleepy, and once they're gone, he's gonna be awake, and we'll see like his personality. He'll probably be pretty pissed off the fact, if people are forcing him to rest. But again, that's an assumption. It just makes sense to me. It's like otherwise, what are these doing? What would the purpose be of it? The only thing we really know about Alderaan so far is that he can read minds and hearts. He's a really big boy, big sleepy boy dragon, and the fact that he is again very sleepy. Well, could these be the cause of it? Could these crystals be the cause? And then back to Lucy, who now has lost Loki and Virgo, going up still against Mira Jane and Elfman. And like I had the same thought. Like Lucy's smart. Once they're both like tied up, she just had to dismiss him, and she was good. Summons up Taurus so she can have physical strength buff to fight Elfman, and then Gemini to turn into Lizana because Lizana obviously is one of Mira Jane's weaknesses. Mira Jane's weakness being her two siblings; those are her soft spot, and she's not going to really want to fight them, even as a fake. Even if she sees them straight as a fake, just the idea of them really bothers her. But Gemini ends up getting defeated by Skullion and just kind of like dashed out. And here comes in Madmo, who just karate chops Taurus down like almost instantaneously, just ends him right there. And they're on the scene. And not a surprise to them, you have Mira Jane mad the fact that they just messed up this, not a real Lizana, but the image of her still going to bother her. Here's the thing. I get that Mira Jane is pissed. She's gonna get real boosted up. She's probably gonna drop a higher form, maybe go into a form we haven't seen yet. Some upper level Mira Jane that developed in the last year. I don't see her winning this fight. I mean, I'm sorry, Mira Jane. You've got some hacks, and you've got the macro from Sailor. You've got some stuff that could be considerable. But I don't see her really doing anything against the Dragoners. Madbull maybe because he's very durable. He's straight like armor. We haven't really seen a whole lot from him, so he probably has more to offer. Like he seems to be just physical strength as well. On top of it, when he clash punches with Natsu, just his physical raw strength is very high. But I imagine he's got some weirder aspects to him. Like Kyria had her hypnosis, got some weird blade stuff going on. She could probably do that her whole like she can cut anything thing. Probably some like weird explanation for how it works. But I imagine like something like a Hax, it wouldn't surprise me if like Madmol could redirect it, like reflective armor or something, reflect attacks back that were directed at him. But Skullion, I just don't believe Mira Jane's gonna win. I don't know. I mean, Mira Jane is obviously strong, and she's now pissed off, so she's gonna get that emotional boost, but I don't see her winning. I mean, Gray boosted could not beat him. And really, what's going to happen if he just drops Black Ash again? You already had someone who's stronger than Mira Jane already also using demonic abilities, and he couldn't beat Skullion. So I don't really know what Mira Jane's going to do. I mean, she might be able to get some surprise on him. The fact he's probably going to underestimate her, but I feel like it's going to be a similar thing, like with Gray, where then Skullion is gonna be like, well, now you've ticked me off. Now I'm gonna have to defeat you. And if he uses Black Ash, like I'm curious on what will happen to Mira Jane. Because the thing about Mira Jane is I don't know how to say this politely, but really she's expendable. He's a character you could kill off without it really having a huge amount of impact on the series. Like there are characters you could, I don't mean like negatively. I mean as like story wise. You could kill her off, and obviously that would be like important for the characters, but it wouldn't be like killing off someone like Kana, because Kana directly is related to Guildarts. I still think Guildarts is susceptible to death in 100 quests, but like killing off Juvia, because Juvia obviously directly to Gray, or killing off someone like Elfman, because that's going to directly affect Evergreen, and that whole ship would get unfortunately sunk. Mira Jane and Lizana are both kind of in that field of, it would suck if they died, because obviously like character death would be unfortunate, but at the structure of the series, it wouldn't be like a huge like blow of the plot if they died. It would just be like a damn, that character just got ashed. But we will see. I still don't think that when he ashes people, it straight like kills them. I feel like it like either sends him to another like dimension, like he's got his own pocket dimension or something weird about it. Because obviously he's teleporting people around with it. But that's a technique and not the same thing. So who knows? We obviously don't know a whole lot about the Dragon Eater's weird attributes. And Dragon Slayers, for the most part, their powers are straightforward, but they all have some weird perk about them. And anyway, let's just get to the next chapter. I'm excited because after that chapter, we are going to be getting heroes the next day, and then we are going to be rolling in like a Hiro Mishima like crazy train because we're getting heroes. Heroes will be that week. Like we already got Eden Zero and Fairy Tail today. Next week we'll get Eden Zero, and then the week after we'll get 100 Years Quest weekly, Eden Zero weekly, Heroes weekly, and then I think a week later we're gonna get gameplay of the Fairy Tail RPG, which is gonna be just awesome. There's gonna be a lot for Mishima fans to be feasting on. So look forward to that. Also, the dude was, I'm pretty sure he was teasing at 2 other projects on Twitter the other day. Curious about those as well. Other than that, comment below. Tell me what you thought about this chapter. I really liked what we got, just as a little bit of a display, a little bit of peek into Wraith's character. I really like that appreciation of just like someone knowing, not just like acknowledging he's there, but like literally knowing he exists made him happy. But then he's back, for the most part, he's still obviously sad ghosty boy. Anyway, comment below, thumbs up the video, press the like button and subscribe button, and check out my other videos. With that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.